All right, to make this a little bit more concrete, I want to pull together some research for you that I find very helpful in thinking about how to move kids from that place they're starting from. If I really want to see their work, how are you thinking about the problem? And then I want to move them to something more sophisticated. What is that more sophisticated? So this research has been helpful for me to pull together how do I want to nudge kids towards more sophistication. So this is a progression. If you look at these words up here, I've got counting strategies, to additive thinking, to multiplicative, to proportional, to algebraic. And this is meant to be sort of a progression of schematization that kids use when they think about problems. All right, so let's go through them just really quickly. If you were thinking about a counting strategy, then you might be solving a problem like, let's see, give me a division problem. I have 16 cookies and 4 kids. How many cookies do they get? Could a kindergartner or a first grade kid solve that problem? Okay, when teachers go like this. Because you know they can, right? What would they do? They'd pull out 16 whatevers to stand for their cookies. And then they would divvy out those cookies until everybody got the same amount. Woo! Everybody's got that. What kind of strategy is that? It's division, so is that like multiplicative? Is that a division strategy? Or were they counting? They counted those 16 guys and then they divvied them out one by one. That's a counting strategy. Let me give you another idea of counting strategy. Middle school teachers, how many of you go into your middle school classroom? If you were to say to your students, hey guys, 58 plus 5. How many of your students would go? 59, 60, 61, 62. Is that a typical strategy for 58? What kind of a strategy is that? I asked you 58 plus 5. That's an addition problem. Is that an additive strategy to go 58, 59, 60, 61? What kind of a strategy is that? That's a counting strategy. That's noteworthy because it looks like a kid is being successful in addition when in fact they're using a counting strategy. And if they're still stuck in counting strategies, and they're not thinking additively, I'm going to have a really hard time getting them to think multiplicatively. And then you have a really hard time getting them to think proportionally, which middle school teachers, everybody smile, is where we want them in the middle school, right? They need to be thinking proportionally. And so if I don't have these other steps, these precursors going on, then it can be very difficult for kids to think proportionally or multiplicatively or additively. So let me give you a quick example of what would additive thinking look like. So if I were to ask you that same question, I think I asked you 58 plus 5. If I were to ask you 58 plus 5, can you think of a different way to add 58 plus 5 using bigger chunks of numbers, bigger jumps of numbers? So I just heard somebody say, if you start on 58, then you could just add 2 to get to 60, and then how much more do you have left? 3. You just have 3 left? That's an example of additive thinking, where you're using bigger jumps and bigger chunks of numbers. Yay, we're thinking additively, and that's huge. I need you to think additively in order to think multiplicatively. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of multiplicative thinking in just a minute. So if I want to move kids through these... Oh, by the way, when do I want kids using counting strategies? Kindergarten, right? We're excited when they can count. We work a lot. Pre-K, we want to those kids work. We love it when they learn to count. That's fabulous. First grade, you betcha. Use counting strategies. Really, by the end of first grade and second grade, we need kids thinking additively. We need to move them into additive thinking. Middle school teachers just went. Because they realize a lot of their students, 58 plus 5, are doing 58. A lot of their kids should have been out of those counting strategies by the time they are in second grade. So one of the pieces of my work is, what can you do with the kids at whatever level? If you're a third grade teacher and they're still using counting strategies, great, let's move them on to additive and multiplicative. If you're a middle school teacher and they're still using counting strategies, great, let's move them on to additive, multiplicative, and proportional. And what are the kinds of things that we can do to make that happen?